Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the first time being in my white room. My name is still Nick Pell, and here we go again. This week's book is One Day in the Life of Ivan Denisovich by Alexander Solzhenitsyn. This is the Bentham Classics edition. Translator is Max Hayward and Ronald Hingley. And the book itself is approximately 144 pages. Characters. First character, its main character, is Shukov, or Ivan. But he's called Shukov in the book. And he's the one whose story basically follows from the beginning to the end. And I will get more into that later in the plot. He was put into the camp very unjustly, to just know that. Next up is Alyoshka. He is kind of similar to Alyosha from the Brothers Karamazov. He's a very churchly person, holy person, and he is mainly in the last part of the book, honestly. Gupchuk is this kid who helps out Shukov in doing little tasks around the camp, and Shukov kind of ends up feeling like a father to him in place of his dead son. Tyron is Shukov's squad leader, and he's kind of in charge of Shukov. He's his friend, though, so that's a really good thing. And the job of Shukov is basically to argue for his squad to get better food and better jobs around the camp. Caesar is a man of Shukov's squad who comes from a higher class of society. He regularly gets care packages from his family and others, and his his presence is mainly in the last part of the novel as well. And then lastly is the captain. The captain is this old guy who many in Shukov's squad treat very well. They respect him just because he's a nice guy. And he was once a naval captain too, so that helps. He's very kind-hearted, but because of that, he can get into trouble easily. Alright, next up, plot. The plot is basically exactly what the novel's title says. It's One Day in the Life of Ivan Denisovich. It basically starts out with Ivan getting up in the morning, showing his daily routine, going to work, working, coming back, and doing whatever he does at night. Then the little events that occur during those things. Keep in mind, this is one day in his life. It's not a summary of everything that happens. Yeah, that's the plot. Characters intermingle, the usual whatnot. Alright, one thing. The novel takes place in a Stalinist work camp in 1951, during the Cold War. So keep that in mind. This is when Stalin was trying to kind of keep his control over Russia, kind of build up its industries and whatnot so that they could compete with the capitalist West. So, yeah. Next up, themes. We got unity, survival. Those kind of go together because the people in each squad and the camp in general kind of have to rely on each other in order to get what they want, and to survive, ultimately. So yeah, that's those themes. Justice is another one, in terms of should the people in the work camp be there? Are they really justified in being there? And then there's others too, but those are the three that kind of jumped out at me when I was doing this review. And last up we have enjoyment. This book I enjoyed very much. I had to read it for my Modern World class, just like with the Great Train Robbery. And me being a fan of Russian novels, I have all Dostoevsky. I was really excited to read this, and I'd heard about it just a little bit, but I didn't really know anything like immensely about it until I read it. And so I was pleasantly I had my expectations met. Like I said, it takes place in a Soviet work camp. 1951. The story is pretty easy to follow for the most part, but just like with any foreign novel, they are probably going to have some names that we as English readers are not going to be used to. So keep that in mind. It could take some time of looking back and seeing who certain people are, in case you forget. Themes are there just like in any other book. So yeah, I enjoyed reading it. It was a nice change from Dostoevsky. This was the first full Russian novel that I had read that was not Dostoevsky, and so I was happy with it. And yeah, I recommend it if you like history, specifically this would be Russian history, Russian novels, or if you like the author's work. And his name is down in the description because I can't say it. So yeah, that is it for this review. I hope you enjoyed it. As usual, like, favorite, comment, and subscribe if you so choose. And yeah, I think that's it. We have 3 more coming for this season until I have to take a break because school will get too chaosy. So yeah. So until next time, my name is Nick Pell, and as usual, keep on reading.